The bucket strategy. How to organize retirement income. Most people save for retirement completely wrong. They stuff everything into one account and hope it works out. Then retirement hits and they panic because they have no system. I'm about to show you the bucket strategy. The exact framework that's saving thousands of Americans from retirement anxiety. Here's what's wild. The average American retires with around 200 grand saved. That sounds like a lot until you realize it needs to last 30 years. Without a bucket strategy, people either run out of money or live like broke people despite being millionaires. We're fixing that today. I'm breaking this into 3 buckets. Think of your retirement like a 3-story house. Ground floor is your emergency fund. Second floor is your 5-year needs. Top floor is your long-term growth. Each bucket has a job. Each bucket has a location. No bucket touches another bucket's money. That's the entire game. Bucket 1. The emergency fund. This is your year 1 living expenses in cash. If you need 50 grand a year to live, bucket 1 holds 50 grand. Literally in a high-yield savings account earning 4% right now. Not the stock market. Not crypto. Cash. Why? Because when the market crashes, and it will crash, you're not forced to sell stocks at the bottom. You sell nothing. You live off bucket 1. This changes everything psychologically. Most people panic sell during crashes because they need money immediately. You won't be those people. Where does this money live? A high-yield savings account at Ally Bank or Marcus. You'll earn about 4.2% today. That's roughly $2,100 annually on a 50 grand bucket. Not life-changing money, but it's better than the 0.01% your Chase account is paying. How long does this take to fill? If you're 35 with 15 years until retirement, you're not worried about this yet. If you're 50, you start moving bucket 1 into place now. This is non-negotiable because it's your safety net. Bucket 2. The 5-year bridge. Bucket 2 holds years 2 through 6 of retirement expenses. That same 50 grand annual person? Bucket 2 is 250 grand. This money lives in bonds or bond funds. Think Vanguard BND or simple treasury bonds. Why bonds? The stock market moves wildly year to year. Bonds are calm. They're boring. They return 4 to 5% annually with way less drama. You sleep at night while still earning real money. Real example. You're 55 and have 800 grand saved. 500 grand goes to bucket 2 in bonds. That gives you 6 years of living expenses. Meanwhile, the other 300 grand stays in stocks. That 300 grand has 30 years to grow. That's the magic. Bonds aren't fun. They won't make you money fast fantasies. But they're reliable. You'll make 4 to 5% safely. That's roughly $12,500 to $15,600 on a 250 grand bucket. Every single year. Guaranteed. Bucket 3. The growth bucket. This is everything else. Stocks. S&P 500 index funds. Your Roth IRA maxed out. Your 401k. Taxable brokerage accounts. All of it. Here's the freedom move. Because buckets 1 and 2 are handled. Bucket 3 can be 100% stocks. You have zero pressure to sell. Market down 30%? Who cares? You're living off bucket 1. This bucket doesn't touch anything for 6 to 8 years. Real numbers. You have 500 grand in bucket 3. Historically, the S&P 500 returns about 10% annually. That's 50 grand per year. Even if growth slows to 7%, you're making 35 grand per year. Completely hands off. Where does this live? Fidelity, Vanguard, or a robo-advisor. Low-cost index funds. No individual stocks. No chasing meme stocks. Just boring diversification that actually works. How the system works in practice. Year 1 of retirement. You live off bucket 1. That bucket now has $0. That's fine. During year 1, You watch your bonds in bucket 2 earn 12 to 15 grand. You move that money into bucket 1 to refill it. Year 2? Same thing. You're cycling money down from bonds to emergency fund while bucket 3 compounds untouched. Year 7? Bucket 2 is depleted. You start harvesting bucket 3 carefully. But bucket 3 has had 6 years of growth. That 500 grand is now potentially 700 to 800 grand. You can sell strategically, tax efficiently, and never panic. This strategy eliminates sequence of returns risk. That's finance speak for the terror of retiring when markets crash. With buckets, you don't care. The action items. If you're 10 years from retirement, open a high-yield savings account today. Start filling bucket 1. If you're 5 years away, buckets 1 and 2 need attention immediately. If you're already retired, you might have all 3 working right now without even knowing it. This isn't complicated. This is clarity. This is sleeping at night. This is winning with money. Subscribe right now. The algorithm loves us when you do that. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next strategy that changes your financial life. Thanks for watching.